So good evening everyone, welcome back again in another weekly market outlook. I hope you are good, doing well and enjoying your weekend and definitely getting ready for next week. So last week start was pretty slow, but the end of the week was pretty volatile. So I hope you guys know that what was the reason. The reason was the virus which broke out in the China, and now other countries are being affected with that virus. So let's look at the website, and then we're gonna look at the social sites links where you can follow me for ideas and updates, and then we're gonna look at the weekly market outlook for this upcoming week. All right. So if you are looking for membership, looking to join our group, just simply go to the techtradingacademy.com, check the membership levels. All right, check the membership levels. If you are looking for group membership, you can choose that. If you're looking for one-on-one training, just fill the form. You can see the form over there. You can fill that form. You can send that form to me for further information. Yeah, so I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible for further information. Yeah. Now let's move on to the social sites, all right, so where you can follow me for ideas and updates. All right, so I hope you guys are already aware that where you can get the links. All right, so links are there under the ideas which I have posted on the trading view, or you can get those links from YouTube description box. All right, or you can get those links from my Telegram. So just simply go to my trading view profile, just check the signature box, and you're gonna get those links from there where you can follow me for ideas, updates, or if you're looking for paid membership group, you can get that link from for the website link from there, or Slack is a paid group where you're gonna get the access once you're gonna join us. So now let's move on to the setups for the upcoming week. So dollar index, all right. So dollar index, we were talking about last week, dollar index to go lower. Dollar index is dropping, going lower. Yeah, broke out the trend which we were having last week. And the breakout is pretty sharp. And this might be a start for longer term drop on the dollar index, all right. Okay, so there we are having simple ABC move. All right, this ABC move. Now this ABC move to form correction over there on lower time frame, which is just completed over there. Okay, continue to go lower for longer term, or go down for another move, go back up. All right, go back up within that. You can see that expanding triangle, another up move back to the top. All right, or all the way new high and then drop. Okay, so let's look at the lower time frame. So price still can stay within that ascending channel, the channel which we are having since very long. All right, or you can say that since July 18. All right, so since July 18, the ascending channel, and the higher the price goes every time on the dollar index, hopefully you guys know that it is forming a very strong divergence. All right, which is telling us that the longer term direction going to be the drop on the dollar index. All right, dollar has to drop in longer run. All right, so there what you are expecting for next week. That's what I was telling you last week. Watch price at the previous top and watch this to drop aggressively, correction and continuation. All right, so we were expecting it to drop. We are already looking it to go lower. We were selling it, we were buying the euro dollar, yeah, and selling the dollar cheap. So they are doing pretty well so far. Okay, so for next week you are expecting it to correct over there, similar way the way you have seen previous corrections. So correct for another time and continue to go lower. Okay, so correct for another time, similar way, the way it has done there, correct, and then this sharp move, continuation to the downside. Okay, so let's say this correction is not going to happen and price is going to retrace back to that top, let's say 98.20. All right, so look for again it to go lower from that top. So next week you are bearish on the dollar. All right, okay, so next week you are looking for similar kind of correction over there. All right, and that correction to break out and continue to go lower. And once price tests the bottom, watch it. If aggressive move is going to come and the ascending channel, which I have just shown you in a bigger time frame, that channel is being broken by the price, then longer term reversal we are having. All right, so if not, then start looking for one more up move, that one more up move from that bottom. All right, from that bottom, this one more up move. So that's the dollar index. We are bearish on the dollar index and bullish on the euro dollar. So we are already, I have shown you that last week, yeah, not last week, yeah, I have shown you that expanding triangle formation even before price, before price, form that expanding triangle. If you remember when price was there at that top, if you go back to the previous weekly market outlook, then you can check over there, all right? So when price was there within these areas forming that correction, this or that correction, I told you that this might be a formation in future. Okay, we can get a buy opportunity over there from this area. So you already got the bounce off from that bottom, and this is the bigger image. That's the bigger image. Okay, we still can see another drop back at the lows or 107. That possibility still exists over there. Yeah, but the next week price to complete up to that top or give us a reversal for longer term. We are not having fundamental reasons at the moment which are going to drive the euro all the way back up to 20 or let's say up to 18 or 16. Yeah, so we still believe that price is going to stay within that sideways. All right, so this one more drop going to be very much likely from this previous high. So that's a bigger time frame analysis on the or daily time frame analysis. So on lower time frame analysis, you are looking for all right, so let's go to the Telegram first. Let's look at the euro dollar chart from here, and this is what you are looking. Okay, that's what we were looking for, all right, before price reach over there. So that's what we are expecting. So this short-term trade already hit the target, all right, but this is what we are anticipating. All right, so price to complete that move all the way back, that wave all the way back at that top, all right, up to 112.50, and once price going to tag that 112.50 again go lower. So next week the trade you are expecting is the continuation trade within that circle after having correction over there. Okay, that's what I have just shown you on your dollar index. All right, so correct over there. All right, so that was the correction. If you remember, I was asking you to watch last week. We got that correction there on 1 hour time frame. Similar was there on lower time frame. All right, same pattern. You see that same pattern? Something for you for learning. All right, so same pattern was there, same behavior. Price repeated that behavior 3 times. All right, similar pattern, similar way price bounced off from the bottom, similar continuation formation formed, and price pushed higher. So next week another correction, something like that. All right, and continue to go higher all the way back at that top. All right, so you can say that's your trade. All right, that's your trade. All right, for next week. So continue to go higher. So the deeper the correction going to be on the euro dollar, the better the entry you're going to get if you are not into the trade already on the euro dollar. All right, so the deeper the correction, the better the entry you're going to have. So let's say that's the trend. All right, that's your trend. That was the correction. That's your wave, all right? So the aggressive wave. So the deeper the correction, the better the buy opportunity you're gonna have. All right. So first of all, once market gonna open, look for counter trend trade up to 110.60 or 110.50. All right, so correction, short-term counter trend trade. And once price gonna complete that correction, similar like that, look for it to continue to go higher. Yeah, so buy, which can push euro dollar up to 12.50. All right, and once price gonna push, are gonna hit the 12.50, or let's say even if price is going to hit the 113, yeah, there gonna be opportunity for the euro dollar to drop again back within the ranges. All right, and the ranges are 109 to 113. That's euro dollar. Dollar chief. All right, so dollar chief also went lower. Last week we were looking for it to reverse from that top. All right, so shot them up and then drop. So it did nicely, it did well. So let's look at the bigger time frame first. All right, just for your understanding. So that's the longer term wave we are anticipating on the dollar chief. It's going really well, and this might be a start for the next impulsive wave. All right, okay, this might be a start for next impulsive wave. All right, that's our trend. Okay, so this might be a start. We were expecting one more up move at this area, if you remember, back to that top, right? From that bottom, we got some profit, short-term profit, short-term buying counter trend trade against that drop, but that did not continue to go all the way back to the top and then short from that top. So for next week, you are looking price to yeah, when you are looking to buy, make sure you understand that the trend is bearish. All right, price can keep falling very, very aggressively the way it is doing right now. So you are expecting price to rebound, go back within the expanding triangle, and all right, this chart still in play. All right, this chart still in play. This hasn't changed. Okay, so we were looking for that chart. All right, so this one more drop. Now that one more drop is happening right now. Okay, this one more drop is happening right now. All right, so the dollar chief is dropping for one more drop. All right, so there you can see there. So the updated chart still there in the Telegram. You can get that chart from there, from the Telegram, the dollar chief chart. All right, so the updated chart should be there in the Telegram. There. Okay, now that price can break the bottom, right? It can break the bottom and it can push up to new low. All right, so new recent low. It can go up to there. But what you are watching for next week? That's the question. Now let's go to there. Okay, now this is what you are watching. Price to hold the bottom. All right, hold the bottom or push slightly lower than this previous low and bounce off aggressively, correct over there and go back up. All right, go back up. And if break the trend or this previous top, keep correcting, keep pushing all the way back to that top. Don't forget that we don't have reason for the dollar to get strong, all right? At the moment, there is no reasons for the dollar index to get strong, all right? But there are reasons for the dollar chief to get weaker, all right? So dollar chief is playing as a safe haven. So chief can drop very, very aggressively in case if we are going to see intervention from Swiss National Bank, all right? Then dollar chief still can go back up to 1, all right? Or let's see 99.50 or 99, yeah? So it can push up to there. So you are looking counter trend trade. For that counter trend trade, just follow the previous chart, right? The previous chart was there, previous dollar chief chart. Okay, so how you should look for dollar chief to reverse? The previous chart is there. Okay, so should be back in the history. So let's go to there. or you can get that chart from there. All right, so there we got the those updated charts. So to go to the idea on the dollar shift idea there. Okay, this is what you are looking on the lower time frame on the dollar shift. It's a sharp impulsive move from the bottom on the dollar shift. So this sharp impulsive move is not going to give you correction on the euro dollar and dollar index. Okay, so this sharp move, when this sharp aggressive move is going to happen on the dollar shift from the current price, then you are interested to go for long on the dollar shift. All right, otherwise dollar chief will keep pushing slowly the way it is doing right now, and we're gonna have new low. All right, and that's our structure, bigger structure on the dollar sheaf. All right, that's what we are anticipating. So good luck those who are having short on it from the top. All right, now let's look at the dollar CAD. Dollar CAD is interesting. Dollar CAD is going higher from the bottom, and last week we were expecting it to keep pushing higher, so it's going nicely back at the top. All right, now the next trade is becoming very clear that what you should look for. All right, so simply let the price test that top, all right, or slightly push higher. There is your trade. Okay, there is your trade. So once you're gonna go for that sell, all right, so before going for that sell, watch price action over there, how price gonna do before triggering the trade. All right, so we are expecting price to struggle from 133. All right, but there is room that the price can push up to 134. Right, almost 100 pip room is there on the dollar CAD. All right, so both played well. So that was the longer term chart, played really well, and that's the short term or medium term chart. All right, so both played really well. So for next week, hopefully dollar CAD gonna hit the 133 before reversal. All right, so once price gonna hit the 133, then you are looking for dollar, right, dollar CAD to drop. Okay, that this chart also played really well. So price is struggling. All right, so it's struggling and it's getting ready for drop. All right, so it's getting ready for drop. So let's move on to the bigger time frame first. There, what you are looking for. Okay, that's the bigger time frame chart. So we still can see that the dollar CAD can push up to this previous top. All right, so if oil keep pushing lower than the 50, if oil is going to break the 50 and pushing further downside, then dollar CAD can push up to the previous top 136. So we are not anticipating that next bullish move. All right, so we are anticipating this next move. All right, so this next move. So you are watching dollar CAD to go lower next week from 133. All right, or hit the 133, tag the 133, and start dropping. All right, go higher, and that's your trade for next week. And once price start forming corrections, yeah, the way I have just shown you the example over there. All right, so first buy we were looking there, second was there, and third last week we were looking for continuation there. All right, and similar way, once price gonna start pushing lower, watch correction and continue to go lower. Hopefully you got the point. Easy chart. All right, easy to trade, easy to understand that what dollar CAD is doing. All right, so pound. All right, pound was volatile last week because there was 31st of July, which was the deadline for the UK to leave the EU. They left, and now we are in a transition period. All right, and within that transition period, UK and EU gonna decide what kind of relations they're gonna have in future. All right, what kind of trading relationships they're going to have in future. All right, so if EU is going to put pressure again on the UK, then highly likely we're going to see pressure on the pound. All right, so The longer term direction on pound is bullish. Now we are expecting pound to just keep pushing higher, right? Pound to just keep pushing higher, and if we are going to see uncertainty again between the UK and EU, then pound can, can can drop for short term, but not for longer term. So we are expecting pound to drop for short term. Yeah, I mean short term drop on the pound is possible, but not you can expect pound to go up to 115 or 110, all right? Yeah, so we are out from the uncertainty now. Now the longer term direction on the pound should be bullish. All right, so fundamentals are supporting that longer term reversal. So we got a nice reversal from the bottom, and this correction to break out, which is trying to break out. Last week we were expecting this to break out, all right, and continue to go higher up to 140 or 145. Yeah, and it has the potential to go up to 160, or you can see that where it was before the Brexit price to tag that area. So some pairs are already tagging, like pound Australian dollar already hitting that, and highly likely we're going to see more upside on it. Okay, so we got the bottom. So let's look at the recent updated chart. Okay, so price holding the trend, pushing higher. That was the lower time frame analysis. We were expecting this to bounce up from the bottom. It bounced off, and for next week correct from the current at the current price. All right, so correct and keep pushing higher. Okay, correct over there, this trend. All right, and break out and continue to go higher. Okay, correct another time, keep pushing higher, this move. Okay, if this correction is not going to appear over there, yeah, so don't buy the pound without that correction. Wait for the correction to happen. All right, so let's go to the lower time frame. All right, so if that correction is not going to appear over there, this kind of correction, all right, don't buy the pound. Yeah, for buying the pound, need that correction to happen. Okay, correction is not going to happen, sharp sell is going to come. Yeah, let's then wait for that correction and then start selling the pound. All right, so before you are starting to sell the pound, wait for that sharp sell to happen. Before buying the pound from the current price, wait for that correction to happen. All right, so for correction going to confirm that the pound is going to push more higher. Sharp sell will confirm that the pound is going to drop for one more move back at the bottom, back up to back at these lows. All right, back at these lows. So before last week, what we were talking about, what I was talking about, correction there, all right, correction appeared, all right, so correction there, and then one more drop back at the previous lows, or back at this previous bottom, or up to the impulse, the previous impulse, all right. Okay, price was struggling to push more lower, right, up to this. So we were, having strong aggressive move. We were expecting that move to happen during the Bank of England rate decision. So we got a nice move, nice push up. So that's the pound analysis. Yeah, pound still can get down for one more drop within the correction, which we are having over there. But the direction is the bullish. Okay, that's the pound dollar. Pound chief is very much same like the pound dollar. All right, so let's go to the weekly time frame chart first. The reverse for longer term, chief was strong last week, so because of that, pound did not gain against the chief. All right, but this correction to break into that direction. All right, so that's the wave you are looking for next week. All right, so the correction which is just there, okay, so we still can see another drop within that channel. All right, this correction to form and continue to go higher. All right, if price is going to push lower, then looking for this to break out for upside. So bullish on the pound chief. Same, very much same analysis like last week. It hasn't changed a lot. Now let's look at the dollar Mexicano, and then we're gonna go to the other measures. All right. So dollar Mexicano, very much same analysis like previous. All right. So let's check the previous analysis. So dollar Mexicano still sitting at the bottom, slowly pushing lower. All right, that's the updated. These are the updated charts. That's the 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 previous updated chart. All right. So, and when it was there at the previous low, we were looking for it to reverse from the bottom when it was testing the 1870. That's what you are anticipating for next week. All right. So price to go low back at this bottom if you are not into the trade. If you are into the trade, then you are looking for, you know, it to break out and reverse for upside. Okay. If not into the trade, let the price tag the bottom or new low, this bottom or new low, and you are looking for dollar Mexicano to go into the bullish side. All right. And you can see arrows. All right. So the arrows are clearly showing that where you should look for this chart. All right. So buy from the bottom or new lows. So natural gas is still under pressure. We know that there is a lot of supply in the market, right? And it is just waiting for that supply to go away. Yeah, and short-term trend is still bearish on it. Short-term trend still bearish on the natural gas, all right? And the previous bottom is the 160, yeah, 168, 165. If price is going to visit those areas, there are going to be a longer term buy opportunity on the natural gas. All right, so this is what you are anticipating next week. You are anticipating it to break out aggressively from the bottom. All right, so break out, correct, and reverse the trend for longer term. All right, so there is possibility that we still can see one more drop of natural gas. All right, so short term one more drop can happen. All right, so short term one more drop and bounce off, breakout, correct, and reverse the trend. Okay, or take off from the current price. All right, that's the natural gas. EURCHF is very much similar like the natural gas. All right, so breakout aggressively the bearish trend which we are having. All right, breakout, correct, and reverse, or give us a correction. All right, correction, and then one more drop, and then longer term reversal. So chief is getting strong just because of the uncertainties which we are having right now. All right, chief is getting strong just because of the uncertainties which we are having. All right, so at some point we're going to see intervention from the Swiss National Bank again, yeah, and chief going to start losing its value, and we're going to see, you know, strong reversal on it. So natural gas, there is possibility that the natural gas prices can go even, you know, lower than, I mean, can go negative, but this is very less likely. All right, so highly likely price is going to bounce off very aggressively on natural gas. From we are, you know, about to see bottom on the natural gas. All right, there is a lot of supply in the market. Just because of that, natural gas prices are still under pressure, but price cannot keep pushing the way it is doing right now, right? So it's pushing lower slowly, yeah, and it can bounce off very aggressively. So 50 cent, 60 cent move gonna be small for the price for the upside. Yeah, it can move within hours for upside. Yeah, aggressive move can happen for upside up to 50-60 cent or even $1 move. So breaking 160 is very less likely but possible, all right? As long as we are having a lot of supply in the market, natural gas price going to stay under pressure. All right, so that's what we have seen in on the oil in 2016. But that's for sure, natural gas is not going to be free. All right, natural gas price is not natural gas is not going to be free. Some countries, they signed, contract with those countries which are producing natural gas, you know more than the current price which we are having. All right, so some countries are buying natural gas at $14. All right, some countries are buying natural gas at $850. All right, and those companies which are exploring natural gas, they are exploring natural gas around 250. So the cost of the natural gas is around 250. All right, so this business cannot survive in longer run, even if governments are supporting this business. All right, if governments are, let's say, if governments are giving money to to companies and asking them to explore natural gas from earth, still this business is not going to survive for longer term. All right, and at some point price has to go above cost. Okay, so $1 is far away. So very much same analysis on the EUROCHF. You are looking for EUROCHF to break out. All right, so EUROCHF to break out, this correction to break out and correct and go there up to that trend line. All right, or one more drop. Okay, so one more drop is already happening. So keep pushing slowly and then bounce off. All right, so EUROCAD bounced off nicely from the bottom last week, and that's what I was asking you to look for in last couple of weeks. All right, so it's bounced off nicely from the lows. So we are having very nice move on the natural gas, on the, sorry, EUROCAD from the bottom. Updates were there. All right, and we still can see one more drop on the EUROCAD from that top. All right, it can stop there, and again we can see another corrective move back at the lows, the way we have seen there. All right, that corrective move. So once price tests the top, start looking for another drop. Okay, for next week short-term trade, correct for another time and go there. Okay, hit up to 48. So correction on lower time frame and hit up to 48. Okay, so the bigger time frame analysis is very much same like last week. Yeah, so this wedge, the wedge which we are having over there, this wedge to break out and EUROCAD to go there back at the previous high. Yeah, so this is a longer term forecast. All right, so you're not going to see a price there within days. Okay, so price going to take a lot of time to go there. Okay, the way price went lower from 160 to go lower. Okay, so we were expecting it to drop in March 2018. Yeah, so almost 2 years. All right, so almost 2 years. So we are having that way within 2 years. But there were plenty of opportunities on lower time frame. Okay, so similar way, the longer term wave to go there, and there are going to be plenty of opportunities on the EUROCAD from the lows. All right, so that's the longer term analysis. So the short term analysis I have just shown you. All right, so correct and short term up. Correct. All right, so correct ABC move and short term buy. And once price tests the previous high of 48 or the previous high, then watch it to hold that top and go lower. All right, hit that top, don't break out this top for reversal and short term sell. So Aussie New Zealand dollar, interesting. Yeah, that the Australian dollar was under pressure last week just because of the virus. All right, the coronavirus which broke out in China. So the lower the price goes on this pair, the better the opportunity you're gonna have. All right, not just on this, across the market on the USD pair, they are under pressure, and the market is already priced into the rate cut, and highly likely they're not gonna cut the interest rate next week. We are having an interest rate decision, and they're not gonna cut. Yeah, if they're not gonna cut the interest rate, watch Australian dollar to bounce off from the bottom very, very aggressively. All right, so if it is going to bounce off very, very aggressively, there are going to be, buy opportunities across the board on the Australian dollar. Yeah, if they're going to cut the interest rate, if the Reserve Bank of Australia is going to cut the interest rate, we may see short-term sell on the Australian dollar, which can push, you know Australian dollar slightly lower, but again, longer term, there are going to be a buy opportunity, all right? Longer term, medium term to longer term. So short term opportunity was there. Last week I was showing you the short term sell opportunity on the Australian dollar, US dollar. That went lower than the previous high where we were expecting it to form expanding triangle and then go higher. So price is testing the previous bottom, but it is at a good spot where we can see, longer term buy opportunity on the Australian dollar, right? So not just on the Australian dollar, US dollar, right? So across the market. So let's look at the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. So we are not having strong aggressive move on it, all right? From the bottom, the reason is very much simple that there is the CN for next week, all right? So after that, this to push lower, after that bounce off, and that's the trade you are expecting for next week, all right? So price to go higher, yeah? So it can slightly keep pushing higher, yeah, rather than testing this bottom or the new low. It can form flat formation there and it can take off. So you are paying attention at the lows on the Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar for next week, all right? So it can bounce off, and this might be a longer term buy opportunity if you remember the previous trade, right? So we were expecting this to happen, we were expecting that to happen, both moves happened, all right? And we even if you go back to the previous old chart, you can get the old charts from there. When price was there, we were expecting it to go longer, right? So you can get my old charts, all right, on trading view. We were looking for buy within these areas, but those charts going to be on FXCM, all right, not on the ONDA. So again, we were looking for it to go there. So this is the best price to look for Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar to reverse for longer term, all right? So dollar yen is doing really well. All right, so last week we were looking for it to drop. It dropped, all right, going lower. So about to test the previous bottom, all right? So there we can see another up move, okay? Price still can go back up within this, this channel or flat formation. You can say that this one more push up can happen. One more bullish wave can happen over there. Currently, we are not anticipating that move, all right? So we're gonna wait and watch for the price action at this area. If we're gonna have price action over there for buy, then we'll change our buys and we'll start looking for buy on the dollar shape. Yeah, last time we were looking for buy there, then we were looking for sell there. Yeah, so those who took that trade, they know. So for next week, you are looking for correction over there, all right? Correction over there, and then it to continue to go lower back at this bottom, all right? Continuation. So the point to note here is that there should be uncertainty into the market, which is going to drive the market lower, okay? More, you can say that if the coronavirus is not going to stop, is going to spread more aggressively the way it is doing right now. We are having more than 12,000 cases since yeah, almost within this month, right? Within January, so more than 12,000 cases. If these numbers are going to increase significantly within next couple of weeks, then the equity is going to stay under pressure. Safe haven's going to keep getting strong, right? Yen was getting strong, chief was getting strong, gold was getting strong last week. That was the reason, all right? So if we are going to see stability, all right, means that if Chinese are going to control that and it is not going to spread, the virus, the coronavirus is not going to spread very, very aggressively, then there going to be a buy opportunity, all right? We're going to have buy opportunity, all right? So price section from bottom and then buy. So let's look at the updated chart, what you should look for next week before you start looking for sell. So this is what we were anticipating. That was the correction which we were looking for. Okay, that was the ABC move which we were anticipating. We got that flat formation, right? We were looking for it to drop from that trend line during the fat rate decision. All right, so it dropped very nicely. So from that trend line, okay, then we were looking for it to break lower, continue to go lower, or test the top and then drop. So we have seen, break, and price is currently testing the trend line. That's the updated chart, all right? So similar kind of correction there, all right? Another correction there, and that correction to continue to go lower. Okay, if this we don't see that correction is not going to happen, then price to bounce off from this previous low. Go there and bounce off aggressively, correct over there, and then this buy. That's your dollar sheet chart, dollar yen chart, sorry. All right, so form another correction and test the previous bottom 10770 or 80. Okay, correct for another time and this short-term trade for next week. Okay, back at that bottom, and once price is going to test that bottom, watch it to break lower. If breaking stay in for more downside, price can push up to 104. All right, so price can push up to 104. So there's going to be a good potential then. So that's your dollar yen chart. Euro yen chart is also very much similar like that. Euro yen chart is also pushing lower. The trade which we were looking for was that, still doing very well, going down. Okay, last week this is what we were anticipating. All right, what I said last week, correction there and drop or bounce off. So correction is in making on the euro yen at the current price. Okay, now looking for that correction to break down. Okay, so structure or pattern is very much same like the last week. All right, so we can see change. Okay, so basic logic is same. If they are going to control on the virus is not going to spread, then one more up move. Yeah, if virus is going to spread and we are going to see other uncertainties, there are a couple of other uncertainties which are rising significantly, and the one is the yield. All right, so the yield is dropping across the globe. All right, so yields are dropping, which are creating chances, higher chances for a recession. So if those chances or the yields keep dropping the way they are dropping, then yen gonna keep getting strong, right? So we may see a different type of uncertainty. Yeah, another uncertainty can emerge in the world. So this correction to break out and continue to go lower. All right, or if price is going to bounce off, correction, go back up for another up move. All right, so let's look at the lower time frame where you are looking for price to break lower. Okay, so this correction which is very much clear now. Okay, so there you are paying attention, and euro yen to break this bottom and continue to go lower for more downside. All right, so let's say price is going to break out very aggressively this correction which is in making over there on lower time frame, 30-minute breaking aggressively. Okay, let that to break, let that to correct, and then start looking for buy. There are going to be a significant reason for that breakout. All right, there are going to be reasons for that breakout. So after the correction, and then start looking for a short-term buy. So we are expecting the correction which is in making on the euro yen, that correction, this correction to break down. All right, this flat formation to break down like the dollar yen. Correct for another time, keep going lower. Okay, so when you are selling over there, make sure You sell with care, okay? You are selling within these prices, yeah, average price or sideways market. So this correction can get bigger, okay? If you can manage, then okay. So let me tell you how you can do that. Okay, watch the price at the previous top at this area. Once you're gonna trigger the trade from that top, all right, once you're gonna trigger the trade from that top, move, yeah, move on break even, yeah, move on break even, and watch this bottom to break down. If breaking down, stay in. If not, take off your trade. All right, take off your trade, take off your profit, or let the price stop you out on break even. So CAD yen is very much similar analysis like the euro yen, all right, or the dollar yen chart. So CAD yen is going lower, dropping. Okay, so that was the last week analysis. And update was that we were having correction on the dollar CAD yen on lower time frame, broke out. We were expecting it to turn into another pattern formation, yeah, like expanding triangle, but we did not see expanding triangle. We were having, running flat and prices pushing lower. So another correction, right? So another correction next week and continuation to the downside on the CAD yen. All right, so if we're going to look at the lower time frame, yeah, we are not anticipating, by the way, that the CAD yen to go back up. All right, to go back up this move, we are not anticipating, but in case, let's see if this is going for another push up. Okay, let's say it is going for this move, there are going to be opportunity again for longer term on the CAD yen to go lower. All right, now this correction to form and then continue to go lower. Okay, if we're going to go to the lower time frame, there were corrections on lower time frame, and those corrections were keep breaking. Okay, breaking, broken. All right, broken. Another was forming over there, or you can say that ABC move, running flat formation. All right, broken. Now watch another one there. All right, so similar way, another correction to form over there like the previous one. Okay, and that correction to break down. Okay, if going to get deeper, let's say this correction is not going to appear over there, okay, and price is going to rise aggressively, then let that correction to form over there and then go back up, okay, and then again reversal from the top. Yeah, this will change the view for the downside, this aggressive move, right? Aggressive move. If CAD dollar CAD yen is going to bounce off from the current price, then stop selling it, don't sell it for the downside. All right, if rising aggressively significantly that way, don't sell the CAD yen for the downside, then you are going to see another short-term push up back to that top, right? So when you should sell, when you will see that there is a correction, okay, there, like that, okay, like that correction is going to form, then you're looking for this short-term trade. All right, and watch how far that short-term trade goes. If keep pushing lower aggressively, then all the way back to the bottom, all the way back to the lows, these previous lows up to 78. All right, that's the CAD yen chart. And USD yen and Kiwi yen both are same. All right, both are same. So that's the bigger time frame. We are expecting it to go lower, or at least has the previous bottom, and then reversal for longer term, no recession. All right, and on lower time frame, it you know a break lower. So last week I was showing you, this, lower time frame correction or one more up move. Okay, one more up move, flat formation. So we did not see that one more up move. Price was forming correction on lower time frame and was keep breaking. All right, and similar again this week, form another correction, form another one, and keep breaking all the way back to the previous bottom. But when you're gonna go into the sell side, make sure you see the correction clearly, okay, because we are not having a lot of room left behind. Okay, if you look at that, there is almost you can say that 250 pip move left once price and then price going to tag the bottom. So correction there and this short-term trade, okay? And once price going to tag that bottom, start looking for a reversal. First of all, watch price action. If you break in, then stay in. If not breaking, then start taking your profit off and start looking for the reversal. So same analysis like the CAD yen, all right? So lower time frame corrections to form, another one like the previous one, all right? So like there, that correction to form, and short-term continuation, these trades, all right? That trade. How far and how aggressively that move goes, follow that, all right? And the bottom, the target is this 70, all right? So the target going to be this 70. Okay, so if let's see if the correction is not going to happen on the 15 or 30-minute time frame and going to turn into 4-hour time frame. Okay, there is possibility that the correction can get bigger like that because we are already at the bottom. All right, so still looking for this to go down for one more drop. Okay, that's your USD yen chart, and Kiwi yen is, well, very much same like the USD yen. Okay, go down or new low, test the previous bottom or new low and then reversal. So next week correct, all right, and that short-term trade, all right, back at that bottom or new low. All right, so buy setup is not there on these pairs. Yeah, we need something, you know, special event which can, you know, give strength on these pairs, all right, which can give strength to the Kiwi and Uzi for buy. So they broke out, all right. The weekly correction is breaking very aggressively, so which can push slowly back at the previous bottom. There you can see. Okay, similar like the last one or the old one there. Okay, or there. So price easily can push there back at that bottom. So short to medium term continuation trade, and then again buy from the bottom. So correction, all right. Okay, correct there and keep pushing lower. Yeah, so if you guys remember that, I was telling you, I was asking you to guys, if you see that they are forming high, sell them. Okay, so slightly a different analysis on the pound yen. Okay, so we are expecting pound yen to stay strong for one more up move. Test the top. Yeah, same like the pound dollar chart, pound chief chart or pound CAD chart. Okay, so the the update was there on the Telegram, and there you are expecting. Last week we were looking for them to go lower for short term, all right, and then reverse from the bottom. So they reversed from the bottom, all right. So pound yen did not went higher. The reason was very much clear that both currencies were gaining last week, all right. So pound was gaining, yen was gaining, so that's why pound yen was on sideways, did not see next up bullish leg. Okay, so correction there and push up, all right, back to that top, or give us the next bullish leg, all right. Okay, so currently we are not anticipating that the pound yen gonna break for the next bullish wave, all right. So we are anticipating that the pound yen gonna go down back at the bottom because the yen is strong at the moment. So go down back at the bottom and then again go higher. So that's your chart, all right. So short-term continuation, this correction to get slightly bigger ABC move, all right. Okay, and continue to go higher, short-term buy. You get back at that top and watch how price is going to do there. If struggling, then start selling for short-term back at the sideways. So Kiwi dollar. Kiwi dollar broke the trend. Last week we were expecting it to hold the trend and go higher, right? So that's the the Kiwi dollar, right? So longer term chart. And that's the updated chart. All right, this is what we were anticipating before. All right, so correction to form, that correction to form. All right, correction was appearing over there. Okay, so selling for short term, yeah, going down, and was expecting it to reverse from the trend line. Okay, last week we were expecting it to give us some price action at that trend line and go higher. So we did not see any price action, so it broke the trend very aggressively. Okay, now this is what we are anticipating now. All right, so keep pushing slowly back at the bottom or new low, and then again give us a longer term buy opportunity. Okay, so correct over there and push lower back at the bottom or new low, this area, and then give us a reversal again. All right, so correction, this correction and that trade. All right, so correction and continuation. All right, this chart, that's the updated chart. All right, so correction there, and then keep pushing lower for one more drop. Yeah, Uzi and Kiwi, they dropped just because of the uncertainty. All right, uncertainty was there, and which was driving the market very aggressively. Okay, so same like the yen pairs chart. All right, so correct. Okay, so correct there and then drop. Okay, so this trade after having that correction, if correction is not going to happen, don't trade into that direction, don't sell. So after correction, okay, after correction, then start selling this move. All right, because there is possibility that it still can go higher. Okay, if we are going to see certainty, yeah, next week, highly likely we're not gonna see certainty in the next week. Yeah, as I was showing you, dollar to go lower. Yeah, and last week dollar went lower, but we did not see weaknesses on the dollar against these currencies because these currencies were also going lower. So next week we can see correction on these currencies, all right, or bounce off on the Australian dollar, US dollar, reversal. Yeah, reversal on the Aussie dollar, US dollar, bounce off from the bottom on that currency, also gonna push this pair back at the top or new high. We're not gonna get that move. We're not gonna get that trade to the downside. Okay, that's our analysis. Okay, bounce off from the current price sharply and keep pushing higher, or correct, then continue to go lower. There you got the Australian dollar. Okay, bigger time frame analysis is very much same. So there is a rate the see next week. Okay, so that bigger time frame analysis is same. All right, so that bigger time frame analysis, weekly time frame analysis is same, and on lower time frame, the daily time frame, price is almost testing the previous bottom. Okay, and there is possibility that price can break the bottom and can form new low. All right, so price can push lower slightly. All right, so it can push lower up to, you can say that 66 or 65, right, before we are going to see reversal on it. Okay, or this trade. If not reversal, then another correction like these corrections. All right, like that, those corrections. So next week you are watching this previous bottom price to bounce off, correct, and then reverse. Okay, if not bouncing off, not reversing aggressively, and keep pushing slowly the way it is doing right now. Okay, so then let it push lower, form it new low, then again start looking for reversal on it. Okay, let's go to the lower time frame. All right, so this correction to breakout. Buy, correct, more buy, correct, and keep buying. All right. Okay, if we are not going to see that breakout, okay, and prices keep pushing lower the way it is doing right now, all right, then let this to break the bottom, all right, let this to correct, let this to keep pushing lower, the new low, and then start rising from the previous bottom or new low, all right. Okay, so it can slightly push lower. So it is at a crucial area, crucial place where you can get a very nice buy opportunity, guys. So next week, watch this pair very closely. All right. Okay, so it can bounce off from current price. If not going to bounce off, then let this to push slightly lower. It can push up to 6600. Yeah, but there's going to be a buy opportunity for longer term. Okay, so it is at the best spot. This pair is at the best spot to look for reversal. So pound dollar, pound chief, euro pound. So yeah, so longer term, same. We are bullish on the both pairs, pound chief and euro pound. So both not gonna rise at the same time. Okay, so it bounced off, but still under pressure. All right, so on lower time frame, keep pushing slowly back at the previous bottom. All right, last week we were looking for this to correct. It corrected, bounced off, but did not continue for reversal. All right, and then during the Bank of England rate decision, we were looking at it to continue to go lower. All right, so short term still one more drop. Okay, so short term, first of all, buy this short term, buy back to that top and look for it to continue to go lower. That's our structure. All right, test the bottom and then reverse the trend. All right, so pound CAD bounced off from the bottom. Weekly chart. So weekly chart is still bullish. We are going to the bullish direction, and the updated chart was there on the Telegram. Let's look at them. So pound CAD, we were expecting it to bounce off. If you remember, I was showing you that to bounce off from that bottom, all right? So pound CAD, so it bounced off nicely, shown you that in the weekly market outlook, all right? And last week I was asking you to look for short term, one more drop back at that bottom. We didn't see price all the way back at that bottom. Yeah, we have seen one more drop and then this ABC move. And then we were expecting it to break out during the Bank of England rate decision. So same again, right? Like last week, correct, and then continue the trend. All right, so correct, similar way, ABC move, counter trend trade, but with trade with care. All right, and then continue to go higher. So first of all, counter trend trade. All right, this short term counter trend trade, and then continue the trend. Pound Australian dollar. Pound Australian dollar broke the previous high. We were expecting it to drop. All right. So it is at a best spot. Okay, it has reversed almost 100% the Brexit. All right, so reversed 100%. All right, so there we have seen the Brexit. All right, at this area. So price is almost testing those areas, 197 or 2. So we are still looking it to go lower that trade. All right, so next week we are having rate the scene on the Australian dollar. So hopefully they're not going to cut the interest rate and Australian dollar to go lower, pound to go lower against the Australian dollar. All right, so it is still in a short-term bullish trend. Okay, so still short-term bullish trend and pushing higher. All right, so there you are watching next week. Okay, so short term still up, still up. There you are watching. Okay, so stronger sell to come. You are into the trade correction. You are selling more. You are having more. You are having more correction. You are adding more. All right, so adding more all the way up to 185 or 188. Those areas. All right, so price easily can go up to 88. Okay, so very much same analysis like last week, the analysis which we had there. All right, so we got the short move there after the election result. All right, so price can go up to 88. So it is at a best spot. Pound Australian dollar again sitting at a best spot where you can get a very nice reversal. All right, so let's look at this 2-day chart. All right, so this is what we were anticipating last time. Price went lower, but again went up on the the coronavirus, and I was showing you that possibility. Okay, this one more up move if you remember. So nothing new on the pound Australian dollar chart, but yes, it is farming opportunity. Yeah, these are the updates on the pound Australian dollar, right? And then we have seen election result, all right, and then election result push this pair aggressively higher, and then we were looking for this move. We got that move up to 88. Okay, this move, and then continuation formation formed over there for one more up move. Okay, that trade. Okay, that was the bigger time frame chart, and this is the recent updated chart we were expecting last week. So we did not see that move. Price went higher and broke the previous top. Okay, but it is still at a best spot to watch for it to reverse. Okay, the way I have just shown you, yes, when this pair moves, so 100 pip, 200 pip, or even 300 pip move is very small. Okay, they are volatile, and it has moved away from that place almost with you can say that 500 pip move, which is so huge. But when you look at this pair, okay, so this 500 pip move is nothing on the pound Australian dollar. Yeah, it can easily move with 200 pip move on a single candle, single 4-hour time frame candle. Okay, so this is a volatile pair, and similar way it can drop from the tops aggressively. All right, it can drop from the top aggressively and can reverse. So when that is going to happen, you should be into the trade for the downside. Same analysis on the pound New Zealand dollar. Yeah, so these two pairs are going to be the best pair to go for short. All right, all right. So it can break slightly, can push higher, similar way the way pound Australian dollar has done, but you are looking it to hold the previous high, similar way like the pound Australian dollar, still bullish after the after the 31st of January. But now the real you can say that the problem going to start for the UK with the EU. Now they're going to talk for the future trading relationships. All right, and there is where they're going to struggle. EU is not going to let them easily access to the single market, so there are going to be problems. So pound is not going to rise without having hurdles. All right, so there are going to be hurdles for the pound. So similar way, go to the lower time frame. Short term trend is still bullish, and that trend to break out very aggressively. Okay, break out, correct, and then reverse the trend. Okay, as long as price is not falling aggressively, wait for that to fall aggressively, and then sell. So just Google it. All right, you can understand that from Google. Just Google it, which pairs are correlated with the oil. So chief yen, right? So chief yen is forming correction. So this correction to break down very aggressively next week, and chief to continue to go lower. Okay, or hold the trend and go back up. First of all, chief to break the trend, the correction, and continue to go lower. All right, the correction is already forming over there. That correction to break out. Okay, breakdown, you are in, stop, and you're looking for this to continue to go lower. Okay, if not, then short-term trade, hold the trend, go back up. All right, so very much same analysis like last week. So there where we are having, change. So Euro New Zealand dollar broke out the correction which we were looking last week. Okay, now for this week, correct over there and continue to go higher. Yes, same analysis like New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Go to the lower time frame. This is a basic question: which pairs are correlated with the oil? Okay, this is a basic question. You should be aware about that. Which currencies are correlated with the commodities, which are correlated with the uncertainties, which are correlated with the metals. All right. So correct and continue to go higher. Okay. If not correcting, short move happening, then correct and then drop. Same analysis like the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. Okay, there where we are having sharp rise. Okay, so sharp rise not just on this. Yeah, we are having fall on the Australian dollar, went lower significantly, and New Zealand dollar went lower significantly. But yes, Australian dollar is creating opportunity. All right, so Australian dollar is testing the previous high and testing the opportunity for sell. Okay, Australian dollar going to be the best opportunity for longer term for next 1 to 2 years. All right, there are going to be plenty of buy opportunities on the Australian dollar. Okay, so this is what we are anticipating. Last week we were looking for it to slightly push higher and then short, but it broke the previous high. So guys, very much same analysis like last week. Yeah, it is at the best spot to watch for it to reverse. Yeah, so slow, it can slightly push higher back to that top. All right, it can test those areas, that top, but the opportunity you should not miss is the sell. So how you should look for, go to the lower time frame, same like the other USD pairs. All right, so watch for the interest rate decision, what they are going to do. Highly likely they're not going to cut the interest rate. All right, because if they're going to cut the interest rate is already low, close to the 0.75 basis point. If they're going to cut the interest rate, then they only going to have 2 more cuts. All right, highly likely they're going to have 2 more cuts, and let's see if market is going to hit the recession, then 2 more cuts, no room for the downside. Okay, then there are going to be problem for them, no room to manage the interest rate, so highly likely they're not going to cut the interest rate. Okay, so strength on the Australian dollar. Okay, so interest rate decision is not going to drive it significantly to lower. All right, euro against the Australian dollar. We need certainty, yeah, from other side as well. Yeah, the virus, coronavirus. Yeah, we need stability from that end as well. So if Chinese are going to declare that they have controlled, things are under control, and the other countries are also saying that it is not spreading the way they were anticipating, then we're gonna have strength on the Australian dollar. All right, not just on the Australian dollar, then the safe haven's gonna drive lower. All right, because this is the major uncertainty which we are having right now, and this uncertainty is not going to stay there for longer term. Yeah, this is not like a trade war. Trade war still there, and trade war remain there almost more than 2 years, almost 2 years or more than 2 years. All right, so this certainty, or you can say that this virus is not going to stay there for something like that period of time, 2 years. All right, so Brexit gone, Brexit issue is over, trade war first phase trade deal done, US and Iran issue is over. Now we are having this virus which is driving the market. Yeah, and we don't know what's next. Yeah, but all the way, all the time, be prepared for the next. What's next? So there are very less uncertainties left behind. All right, so except this virus. So if this is going away, then we are going to see strength. All right, stability into the market, and election is also going to come in US, and Donald Trump definitely is not going to like the scenario which we are having right now in the world. All right, he will definitely try to calm things so that people stop thinking about the recession. The more the people gonna start thinking about the recession, the more the pressure we're gonna have on the Donald Trump. All right, and the chances for the Donald Trump to lose this upcoming general election is gonna go more high. All right, so he will try to save the world. All right, you can say that he will try to do everything to save this world from the uncertainties. Okay, so this is what you are looking. Okay, so short sell, you are into the trade. Correction, you are adding more, looking for another correction. Okay, adding more. Okay, and keep selling. Okay, this will happen. Okay, this is going to happen. They are ready. All right, so that's what I was telling you. All right, the strength is gone on the yen pairs. Now you are looking for the best place to buy the yen is gone. All right, okay. So what was the best place on the dollar yen? Top. CAD yen top. Kiwi yen top. All right, was the yen top? They dropped. What? No. What is the room left behind? Let almost 100 pip on some yen pairs, or 200 pip move left behind on the yen pairs. After that, again they're gonna start rising. Okay, so the best opportunity or the best place on the yen pair is gone. Yeah, if you remember this chart. So timing is everything in the market. Okay, so when to catch and when to get into the trade and when not to get into the trade. Okay, look at this chart. Look at this CAD yen chart and the euro yen chart. Okay, I was asking you to pay attention there when price was there. Just go back to the weekly market outlook. I was asking you to watch the CAD yen to go lower. Okay, it was slowly pushing higher and then dropped very aggressively. Yeah, how do we know that this coronavirus is going to drive the market lower? Yeah, we were not aware at all about this, coronavirus uncertainty is going to arise. All right, we were not aware about that. Even we never knew this name before. Yeah, but the way price was behaving, or the way the pattern was developing, that was telling us that something is going to come. All right, something is going to happen in the market which is going to drive the prices lower. All right, this pattern was telling us that CAD yen is going to drop lower. Okay, so if we're going to look at the euro yen chart, okay, this chart, the pattern which we were having there, that pattern was telling us that the euro is struggling against the yen strength. All right, central bank was trying to fix the issue, trying to save themselves from the recession, but they are struggling. They're still struggling. All right, they are not able to cope with the strength of the yen or the other issues which we are having right now in the world. They are struggling to cope with those issues. Yeah, so that was the best timing to look for this to go lower. Now price is there, okay, somewhere there at these areas, okay, at that bottom. So the best part of the trade is gone, or the best place you can see to go short for the euro yen for longer term is gone. That price, maybe you're not going to see that price in future for next couple of months, right? So not just on the euro yen, almost on almost all yen pairs. Okay, so price is at extreme level on the euro Australian dollar. Okay, so it cannot keep rising the way it is rising. Okay, at some point it will fall very aggressively, and that's going to be the timing to go for short on the euro Australian dollar. So don't miss that. All right, so it is at the top. Don't miss that when it is going to drop significantly from the top. Sell it. Okay, so dollar CADCHF, CADCHF to test the previous bottom or form new low, and that's, yeah, you're watching it, this area, okay, this bottom or new low, this previous low, and then this buy trade. Okay, what I have shown you, dollar CAD go lower, so CAD to get strong, and the dollar to go lower against the CAD, CAD to get strong against the chief. Yeah, Euro CAD to test the previous top and go lower, pound CAD to form correction, CAD yen to form correction too. All right, and Kiwi CAD to form correction or go back up. So 2-day chart. All right, so last week we were, looking at this correction. Okay, now next week this ABC move to break out and go into that way. All right, or correct there. Okay, correct there and then draw for one more move back at the bottom, and then again, longer term buy from the lows. All right, so that's your updated chart. Okay, so rise aggressively, same like the New Zealand dollar. Okay, New Zealand dollar, we need certainty on the New Zealand dollar to rise, and Aussie dollar to rise aggressively. Okay, if they don't rise aggressively, we don't see good news from the market, then correct and drop back at the bottom and then go higher. Okay, we are currently looking at this ABC move, okay, and continue to go higher. Okay, so something like neutral analysis, you can see it. CADNOK. All right, so CADNOK broke the trend. All right, so we were expecting this to go higher last time. We should have a chart over there, old chart. Let me check that chart. There you got. So we were looking for CADNOK to continue to go higher. Okay, this move, but it went lower, it broke and then started to rise. Okay, and I haven't updated the chart, but I have shown you the next formation in the weekly market outlook. All right, this ABC move. All right, that ABC move. So that ABC move is pushing higher. Now what's next? All right, so correction. This is not at a best place to go for buy. Okay, this is not at a best place to go for buy. So short term, one more drop. Okay, the ABC move, this ABC move. Okay, go down and then again continuation. Yeah, this short term, one more drop can happen. So sell gonna be against the strong bullish trend. Okay, so trade with care on it. All right, so if you are looking, if you are trading on it, trade with care. We are currently neutral on it. All right, so let's say if it is going to test the trend, then there's going to be a buy opportunity. All right, chart is clearly telling you. So the buy opportunity is gone from this previous low. So trade with care now on it. So USDCHF very much same like this Euro Australian dollar. It is sitting at the bottom or forming new low, historical low. So price to jump, price to bounce off aggressively from the bottom, from the current price. All right, and once you see that, you are looking for buy. If you don't see that, wait, don't buy without having the strength on it. Okay, so if you're gonna buy without having strength on it, you're gonna, you know, you can lose money over there. Okay, so if you bought there when that strength was there, enough time to manage your trade. All right, so to close that trade on break even or small with small profit. So this is what you are looking for next week. All right, so correct and reverse. If this is not going to happen, yeah, this is going to happen, similar correction is going to form, wait, don't buy the dollar sheaf. Okay, correcting, don't buy the dollar sheaf. It is going to push lower, then wait for the strength. Okay, this is what you are watching. Yeah, aggressive buying, okay, on the Uzi chief, not just on this. All right, not just on this. You're watching strength on all Uzi pairs. Okay, Uzi pairs are at the lows, Uzi is at the bottom, it can bounce off very very aggressively. Yeah, so same on the Uzi CAD, it is at the low. Last week I was asking you guys, it can push lower for one more drop. All right, so new low. Okay, that's the bigger time frame analysis. Wedge is in making, and that wedge to break out and Australian dollar to reverse for longer term. Okay, it is at a best price to watch for the bounce off. It has to make, all right? It has to make, it has to reverse for longer term. If it is not going to reverse, highly likely there's going to be a recession, all right? USD has to reverse. USD, Kiwi, yen to drop, yeah. Okay, or yields are already under pressure. So some currencies are correlated with the, with some other currencies and metals, all right? So central banks have to, manage these prices. Okay, they will come forward and they're going to say that we are going to you know fix this issue. Okay, they're going to intervene. They cannot sit behind and cannot keep watching prices to go lower. So they have to get in. They have to get in. So you are expecting them to get in. Okay, so one more drop happening and you are, this bottom or new low, this is your trade for next week. All right, and possible longer term reversal. If, let's say, if this is not going to reverse from the previous bottom, same analysis like the USDCHF, let this to push lower and bounce off, aggressive move on lower on 15-minute time frame. Okay, aggressive move to happen in 15-minute time frame, boom, you are in at a best place to look for that. Okay, as long as price keep forming these corrections. Okay, you see that correction, you are waiting for the bounce off to happen, you are not ready to buy. Okay, this is, it can still push lower. Okay, can form another one, can keep pushing slowly lower, but watch for the rate decision, price to bounce off, Australian dollar to jump. Right, let me check, is the rate decision going to be on Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday? Let's check that. Right, so the central bank was saying that they're going to cut the interest rate in February. Right, and now there's highly likely they're not going to cut the interest rate, as we can see that Fed did not cut the interest rate, Bank of England did not cut the interest rate. All right, if they're going to cut the interest rate, they're going to be at the lowest. All right, they're going to be at the lowest point. And if we're going to hit the recession, yeah, then they have to go to the negative interest rate territory. All right, or zero band, zero bound. All right, so close to zero. All right, so very less likely they're going to cut the interest rate. Let's say even if they're going to cut the interest rate, yeah, so Australian dollar can push lower, but again there going to be a reversal for longer term. All right, so highly likely they're going to see that they are looking at the labor market, and labor market has improved a lot. Yeah, and they are now expecting to cut the interest rate. All right, and they are waiting more for a couple of more months. Right? And this is going to be enough for the USD to gain some strength. Right, so similar way you have seen last week's strength on the pound. Market was expecting that the Bank of England going to cut the interest rate. All right, or they're going to be more vote for the interest rate cut on the pound, but actual wasn't that. All right, so they did not cut the interest rate, and last time there was three members which were expecting that they're going to cut the interest rate, but the actual result was two. Yeah, which gave strength to the pound after Bank of England rate decision. So similar way, so you are expecting, you know some strength on it, all right, on the Australian dollar. Yeah, so if this is going to happen, okay, this is going to happen, okay, you should be into the trade from there. Okay, when the impulse is going to appear, okay, there, correction, buy more. Okay, buy more and watch it how far it goes. Best place, okay, Australian dollar is the best place to watch for the reversal, or if not reversal, then short to medium term buy opportunity. All right, okay, short to medium term buy opportunity, this opportunity. All right, like the way I was showing you last time. All right, that trade, yeah, and then looking for drop. All right, now again same. Okay, buy. So Australian dollar and CAD, okay, and Kiwi Chief did not continue for one more upside last week. Let's look at the bigger time frame first. Okay, it also cannot keep pushing the way it is pushing lower. Okay, that's what you are expecting. Kiwi Chief to bounce out from the previous bottom and reverse, go back up, all right, or at least go there. Okay, this trade, okay, and then go lower, this flat formation, and then go lower. So you're looking for it to bounce off to Chief to get to go lower. All right, guys. Now let's look at the equities. So Nasdaq 100 index, as I was telling you that you're expecting the equities to correct. Okay, so it looks like that the equities are under correction, right? So this correction is in making. So on lower time frame, you're looking for short term buy, all right? So short term buy, you're paying attention at this area and looking for this to continue to go higher. Okay, make sure that the price can break. All right, the move is sharp, this move is also sharp, it can break, we can see this ABC move, all right, and then continuation. Okay, slightly deeper pullback, all right, or deeper pullback, all right, the way I'm showing you. So complete that deeper pullback and continue to go higher. Same analysis on the S&P 500. Okay, so on bigger time frame, correction, all right, the way my arrows are showing. All right, this drop can happen. Okay, this drop can happen. All right, so what I was showing you previously, this kind of correction, if you remember. Okay, so 50% is gone of that correction. 50% move is already happened. Okay, of that correction. So let's remove that and let's check that how much, what percentage drop we have seen over there. Okay, you have seen almost, yeah, more than 3.5% drop. Yeah, and it is forming a very nice buy the dip opportunity. Okay, so let's see if it is going to extend that drop with 150, sorry, 150, one more drop. Okay, they're going to be a nice buy opportunity. Okay, so currently you are expecting this to bounce off from the current price. Okay, this short-term trade to happen, that, right, that trade. Okay, if breaking up, stay in and more upside. Okay, if not breaking and getting bigger, then take off your short-term profit and then start looking for buy. Okay, this ABC move, guys. Okay, okay, this ABC move slightly get bigger. All right, so get bigger and then go higher. Let's see 5% drop. All right, 5% drop. 5% drop can extend up to this previous low. All right, this previous low. Okay, so they're going to be nice opportunity for more upsides, and the target can extend up to 34. All right, so the complete analysis you only can get in our room. All right, not here. Okay, not here. So if you want a complete analysis, full analysis, then get into the room. Okay, so same analysis on the Dow Jones. Okay, on daily time frame, correction is just happening. All right, that's what I was telling you, that the correction is due, and that's happening now. No, there wasn't any bigger, even anything happened over the weekend, so we are not anticipating gap on the pound pairs, all right? But if so, then go for short on the pound Australian dollar and pound New Zealand dollar. Okay, look for them to go down. Wave 4 is not there, right? Wave 4 is already happened. Okay, you can see that the wave 4, we are in a fifth wave, you can see that, right? Or we are in extension. Okay, let's look at this chart. Okay, but let me quickly show you the Dow Jones. Okay, so then we'll show you the fourth wave or what. Okay, this is what you are looking. Yeah, price section at the current price, Dow to bounce off from the current price and continue to go. Okay, if we look at this chart, Okay, so there you can see that the fifth wave is going to happen. Okay, so fifth wave has to complete somewhere around 36 or 3400. All right, so fifth, we are in a fifth wave. All right, according to this count, we are in a fifth wave. All right, or we are having, we are within extension. Okay, and in that extension there should be another fourth wave. All right, okay, other fourth wave. So um, the wave which is the correction which is just happening over there on lower time frame, that's not a fourth wave. All right, okay, if going to get bigger, something like that, then you can say that we are in a fourth wave. All right, okay, so for fourth wave we need something like that kind of correction, the bigger and the deeper. All right, deeper correction, and then you can expect it to continue to go higher for the fifth wave. All right, and the whole, then this counting gonna be different then. All right, then this counting gonna be changed. All right, so we are in a fifth wave, and fifth wave to complete up to 36. Yeah, and the correction which we are having here on that this is a lower cycle correction, not a bigger cycle correction. All right, so German 30 DAX. So next to bounce off from the current price, and the trade setup is already showing over there, right? So that trade. So this is what we were talking about last week, all right? So price to hold that bottom and then go higher. Okay, if not holding, pushing slightly more lower, okay, then complete the move over this trend line, and then again continuation trade. All right, so UK 100 index also slightly push more lower and buy opportunity. All right, UK 100 index to test this previous bottom. All right, and buy opportunity. Okay, up to the previous top or new high. Okay, and gold. Gold is still strong. All right, so gold still can push slightly more higher before we are going to see reversal. Okay, it can go up to let's see 1650 or 1700. All right. Okay, so it is not at the best spot to go lower. Okay, so it can slightly go higher. It can go higher for another $100 before we are going to see long-term reversal on it. All right, so currently you can see that, guys, we are neutral on the gold. All right, so gold is still taking advantage of any uncertainty which we are having right now in the market. We need intervention, strong aggressive move from the previous top before we are going to see reversal on it. All right, so it can keep pushing the way it is doing right now. All right, slowly like that, it can keep pushing the way it is doing right now. Okay, that move, and can go more higher. Okay, so if you are trading on gold for buying and selling, then you can trade, but trade with care. All right. Okay, so silver. Okay, so silver also in a flag which can break up. Right, this flag can break up and can push higher up to 1950 or 1920 before we are going to see reversal. Okay, it can push up to this previous top before we are going to see reversal on the silver. Okay, we are neutral at the moment. And the platinum, we are bearish, okay, and need a correction on lower time frame, and then platinum to go lower. Okay, correction or test the previous top and then go lower. All right, correct and drop. Continue to go lower all the way back at the bottom. So palladium, okay, we are finally having correction on the palladium. All right, so that's what I was telling you guys. It cannot keep pushing higher. All right, it cannot keep pushing higher the way it was doing. It has to stop. Either it has to go into the correction for more upside, or it has to reverse. So yes, correction is in making, all right, and it can break down for more downside. So if you are trading, trade with care again. Okay, it can break down and can push more lower. Okay, and you can see that if it is going to hit the 20, all right, or 3000, there's going to be a continuation trade setup for upside. So it is a highly volatile metal at the moment. If your account is not allowing you to trade on it, then don't trade. All right, if you're having a decent capital, then trade on it. All right, otherwise you can blow up your account just on this metal. All right, because the spread is very much high on it, around 25 to $50. So that is just because of the volatility. All right, so we are expecting it to push more lower and then continue back at the previous high. So neutral. Okay, so copper broke, pushing lower, testing the previous bottom. So you're watching it to hold the previous bottom and buy. Okay, this trade. Breakdown is possible because the move is really sharp. So when you are going for buy after having some good price action. All right, so oil to bounce off. Oil still bearish. Breakdown is possible. All right, but very much same analysis like the last time, but the structure and pattern is different. But the price is same, all right? Last time we were looking for it to buy. So price is at the same area, same place. You're looking oil to bounce off from the bottom on 15-minute time frame, same like the Australian dollar pairs, all right? And once price is going to bounce off, then you're looking for it to go more higher. Okay, bounce off, correct, and then reverse. So 50 or 50 area, right? So 50. So the price to watch is the $50. Okay, this chart, that trade. Same on the Brent. Okay, so the previous bottom to hold. Breakdown is possible. Alright, so price can push lower up to this previous low. Alright, price can push lower, so we can see more downside before we are going to see reversal on the Brent. Alright, so you're looking for lower time frame analysis, bounce off, correct, and go higher. That was the move last time when we were looking, alright, for buy. So same analysis, very much same analysis like last time. So VIX is above 18, yeah, just because of the coronavirus. So let's look at the Bitcoin. Bitcoin very much same analysis like last week, guys. Okay, this analysis. Okay, so price correcting and keep pushing higher. Okay, so same again, correction there, right? The way it is just correction there, and that correction to keep pushing higher. Correction there, keep pushing higher. Correction there, keep pushing higher. All right, so sharp, break down that trend aggressively, correct, and one more drop, and then go higher. So you can see that, we are neutral at the moment on the Bitcoin, but one more drop, all right? So dollar rand, all right? So hopefully you are not short on the dollar rand, all right? Dollar rand was the buy, all right? So dollar rand and dollar Hong Kong dollar. Dollar Hong Kong dollar is coming at the bottom where the price gonna test it, and there gonna be a buy opportunity again on the dollar Hong Kong dollar. There is the dollar rand. Okay, so very strong. Okay, it was strong, still pushing higher. You shouldn't be a seller over there. Okay, one more up move we were anticipating. That one more up move happened, and it is still pushing more higher. So the weekly time frame, that's what you are looking. Okay, price to struggle at the previous top and go down for one more drop within this area. Okay, and then buy. So this is gonna be a counter trend sell. Okay, from previous top. From that previous top, counter trend trade, this sell, ABC move. So when you go for sell on the dollar rand. Okay, don't forget that the trend is this. Okay, and the trade you're gonna take is gonna be the counter trend trade. Yeah, and let me tell you this structure. Okay, clear structure. Okay, that's the structure. Yeah, this is what you are having. Okay, so it can break the top and continue to go more higher. All right. So if you are short, then make sure you are using stop losses, all right? Okay, because we are longer term bullish on it. We are expecting that the 17 $17 barrier gonna break in longer run. All right, so more upside. Okay, that's the updated chart. So dollar, Hong Kong dollar. Let me check if quickly I'm going to get that chart. There you got. So dollar, Hong Kong dollar is about to test the 7.750, right? 7.750 area. All right. So it is a volatile currency. If you trade on this currency, then 7.75 area or the place you are watching for it to reverse and go back up to 7.85. Is there any question, guys? If you have any question, then let me know. And the rest of the cryptocurrency is struggling, all right? They are still sitting at the bottom, but we are longer term bullish on them. Okay, so some strength on the XRP, longer term bullish. OITA, longer term bullish. Dash, longer term bullish, all right? But short term still they are sitting at the bottom. They can stay there at the bottom for a while before we are going to see reversal. So hopefully you have enjoyed that weekly market outlook. Thank you for coming into the weekly market outlook. Yeah, and have a nice weekend. We'll see you back in another weekly market outlook next week. All right. So you can share this if you want, if you like, if you think that this is helping you, this weekly market outlook is helping you, share with others so that others can learn too. Thank you. Bye bye. We'll see you back again next week.